So, this is my first day recording my actual trades for the day. I think that it's going to hold me to a higher level of accountability and make me trade at higher standards, knowing that I will be putting, my video out there to the world to see. For me recently, I've been trading poorly because I've been keeping everything internalized. I've been writing plans, not sticking to them because once the market opens, I have my subconscious thought kind of convincing me to get into subpar setups. So now that like I said, have to be accountable, post the trades, get them out there, I can't do that anymore. I have to show people the right and wrong way to be trading if they choose to watch. But just very quickly, before we get into the trading day, we have 4 minutes. I'm just going to go over quickly these 3 setups that I'm watching. Number 1 over here is NEXI. This is a potential morning spike type bounce play. It's very illiquid, and there's not much. There's good volume, but the liquidity is not there. It's very thin on the tape, and it's something that needs to set up perfectly for me to play, like a super tight consolidation, super tight risk reward. It is a little further in its run, so I'm going to be a little less aggressive if I'm trying to go long the name, but we'll have an eye on it. NKTX, see the daily chart here, big run, 2 red days. I think maybe something like the last time, big run, 2 red days and a bounce. Not looking for anything big. I'm just looking for a good risk reward setup to really manage my risk and put myself in a position where a play could potentially work out. And then I have NVDA over on the left that I am sure everyone and their mothers are watching today. This was the trade yesterday that I got caught on the front side shorting. And the reason I want to live stream now, because I get caught so many times on the front side shorting things. And, it's a pain. It really is. I don't want to get caught anymore because I convince myself, it's an extended chart. It's good enough. You should go for it. But in reality, I need to be waiting until the chart is too good to miss, which I think NVIDIA here gapping up to the 550s on this daily chart. I mean, if we look at a bigger picture here, 550 is now pushing through 551 pre-market. This is too good to miss now. This is a short setup that I really think will work eventually. I don't want to say will because you never really know, but just looking at the overall market as well. We had the CPI news. We're claiming, no big deal. We always shrug off most, I wouldn't call it negative news. I don't really know what news is. I don't understand any of it. I just react to price action. And that's really it. But yeah, we're pushing up, testing the highs. But we'll see what happens. Maybe NVIDIA goes on another day run. I'm going to be very patient. I'm looking for a short on this. So I would say, just looking at the trend, if we consolidate for a while, we crack the morning lows and go red, that would be a big trend change. And that's what I'm looking for, some sort of trend change, some sort of signal to say to me, all right, time to short. And that's really it. Could be a good day, could be a bad day. I have no idea. I'm just going to go minute by minute and I guess kind of give a little commentary as I go on. It's going to be very boring because that's what trading is. We're not in a very hot market where there's a lot of things going on, so bear with me. It's going to be a lot of silence, sideways action, boringness, and maybe even losses, which is fine as long as we're managing risk and sticking to plans. But I need to be accountable, and this is my way of doing that. So about 30 seconds to the market open. I'm just going to leave my screen up like this, and you can just follow along. If I enter a position, I'll tell you. Fairly new to posting videos on whatever software I'm using here, so at the end of it, if I take a trade, I'll pull over any of my profit losses or positions or anything like that, just so it doesn't look like I'm a phony here just showing charts. Because like I said, I need to have accountability, I need to be responsible with it. And this is my way. So here we go, market open. I don't know if the system sounds there, but ding, 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 ding. And now I sit and wait. hard pull. Cool. I'm not going to jump to conclusions or decisions. A few alerts going off. Just want to check them out real quick. Ooh, SPEC. That's interesting. Ooh, that's very interesting. But that's not my play right now, so I don't want to get sidetracked. That's interesting. I could see that running because I played it long a few days ago and lost. Nothing crazy. I lost $300 on it, but I could definitely see that running if it wants to hold up over that daily level and keep pushing. But we'll check back in there later when I'm done for the morning. But right now, I'm just watching NEXI. I mean, 220's bids are there. I mean, I have an order ready to go in case it does want to spike, but I'm not sure. It could also pull just as quickly. We have NKTX really pulling hard, nothing I'm going to focus on right now. NVDA really spiking hard, so again, nothing I'm really going to focus on and push aggressively. I did take just 100 shares right here of NEXI. I just kind of want a little feel for it, and I'll be cutting it really quickly if it starts failing and we lose $12 and start going red. But I just want to get a feel for it in case we do hold up and have that yet again morning spike. Ooh, I'm on a 5-minute chart. I want to see more like a 1 minute. Give me a better picture. And don't try and trade like me ever. I don't think I'm really all that good. I could be in and out very quickly. I make very quick decisions. And it might make no sense to most people, but it makes sense to me. You trade your way and no one else's way. NEXI holding up here. I'm in from 1240, just 100 shares. Right now, I really don't know if it is going to do anything. I'm very reluctant, like I said, the further and further this gets into its spike. So I'll be very quick to just take it off, or maybe I'll add if I see bids really step up and some volume come in, but right here, I don't know. No one knows what's going to happen. You just kind of hang out, have good risk levels, and that's it. NKTX, nice bounce back right there. NKTX, I'll just have an order ready at 995. If it wants to bounce, I have 1,000 shares just playing a pattern. NVIDIA's now getting interesting that it did that. Ooh, NKTX. Maybe we stuck. Nope, not yet. NEXI still kind of doing nothing, just hanging around. Just gonna check in on SPY. See what's going on there. Falling a little bit, bouncing a little bit. I don't know. Oh, NEXI spiking a little bit. Woohoo! Oh, I tried to add right there at 13. I'll probably get in on the dip right here. Yep, I got 200 shares now from 1270. I'm going to be risking like that low of day, $12-ish level. I really don't want to size on this. I don't. Oh, shit. Big bid came in, actually. But it's not really doing much. All right. I have 300 shares of NEXI. from a 1287 average. Good average? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to look at a 5-minute chart now, see what's up. I mean, we're coming into resistance. I'm not really too excited about this one. I think it could pull hard. Yeah, and for that reason, I'm out of NEXI. I actually hopped into NKTX here, 995. There's not much volume, but I just like the chart. Yeah, NEXI, just going back to NEXI real quick, why I just hopped out, it's just so late in the pattern for me. I have such a difficult time playing it. So I'd rather get out and just if it's not working immediately in my favor, screw it. So I'm done with that. But NKTX is now one that I am focused on. If we pull up a bigger chart, it's just the volume and liquidity really suck. It just is a good chart though with a really good risk. I'm risking 30 cents down to the lows, and who knows, maybe this can spike 60 cents, maybe a 2-to-1 risk. I mean, now that I'm saying that out loud, it really doesn't sound all that great. Oh, this liquidity is just disgusting. It just makes me sick to my stomach, to tell you the truth. But yeah, nothing much. NVDA, no reason to be short. Good call there on NEXI. Getting out, like I told you, the later it gets in a pattern, I didn't know that was going to happen. It could have went to, 14, 15, 16, 17 without me. I have no idea, but I just, play what I see. And here, I'm just going to set a stop at like 965 on NKTX, just in case I miss it for a second, because now I'm getting a little interested in the video here. If we start cracking VWAP, getting weak, maybe pulling below those opening range lows. So I just like checking in on the SPY because NVIDIA likes to move, with the S&P and stuff. So let's go here. NVIDIA. I shorted just a feeler, 25 shares of NVIDIA. Nothing much, just feeling it out. I want to see it crack. NEXI, I'm going to take this chart away and I'm going to throw the SPY up over here, because the SPY is indicative of what NVIDIA, will do. They kind of move ebb flow off of each other. Let me move them next to each other, actually. Throw NKTX over there on a bigger picture time frame, 5 minutes, blah, blah, blah. NVIDIA gets back through the highs. I'll just take the position off really quickly. Okay, good. I shorted 25, not 250. I mean, I actually my accounts aren't even that big in my Cobra account to short that much. I trade with small accounts. Took another little piece, just 50 shares. I just feel like this is eventually going to roll over, and I just want to be there for it. And if it doesn't, I mean, what's this? I'm in from, I don't really know my average, but entering here 551, let's call it, risking 553 and a half. So what's that, $150 or something like that on these shares if it does end up getting through high of day. Absolutely fine risk, no big deal whatsoever. And I would rather be adding once it cracks VWAP and, starts to get a little weaker. I mean, looking at the big picture daily chart, definitely seems due for a pullback. This in the past, has been able to have $20 a share pullbacks when it doesn't want to pull back. The question is this going to go to 560 first and I'm wrong? Or is this going to pull here and we're going to go red and we're going to end at 530? I don't know. All I know is where I'm entering, there's good risk reward and there's nothing to be, scared of here. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be fighting it anymore on the front side. So I'm just going to hang out. NKTX not really doing much, up a few cents. And this is a lot of what trading is. It's a lot of nothingness and a lot of finding good risk reward scenarios, and then maybe 1 out of 10 really work, and that's it. NEXI, I still have its level 2 up over here, but it's down at the 12, so I would have been stopping out anyways down here. So that was a good job. And that was all just due to just experience and a bit of intuition there, knowing the later and later we get in a pattern, the more and more reluctant I am to be aggressive, and the more and more I will cut, I'll call it efficiently rather than quickly and efficiently rather than sticking to a true risk level. But I always have my max risk level. NKTX perking up a bit more here. Good to see. Going to stay patient there. Now it's confirming to me, okay, I'm spiking. I'm getting there. I'm doing what you want. When things tend to do what I want, it's a good thing. So I'll sit and I'll wait. I'll be patient. NKTX, I just want to mention my potential sell strategy for any of these. I call them listed first screen days. People call them bounce longs, whatever you want to call them. I look for it to start really speeding up relative to prior price action. Also, they normally fail into the afternoon. In some cycles, they don't, but in just a weak environment that I feel like, I know markets are pushing all-time highs, but there's just like this weak, weird, ominous feel I have about things where I'll be selling it once it starts like stalling out or whatever. You could always, scale out, hold a piece, which is something I'm trying to get better with. But okay, this is interesting here on NVIDIA. Just sorry, that sidebar had to end real quick. Market's pulling. This could be the crack I've been waiting for to potentially start adding, not right away, into bounces. It's all about patience, patience, patience. Be patient, be calm. Because NVIDIA is notorious for, if it's strong on the front side, it shows you some weakness and then it just whoosh, rips right back up. So I don't want to get caught in something like that. Let's see, NKTX, just no volume, no liquidity, but I'll hang out. I don't really like that pull, but we'll see. All right, NVIDIA I added, I'm at 100 shares from 550.75, risking high of day, looking to add. Ideally, we crack 550, pull a little harder, and then I'll be looking to add into all bounces with a larger risk. I don't want to do anything crazy, maybe $1,000 risk total. I don't want to be an idiot. I don't want to put myself in a bad position where I keep losing, but sometimes you got to risk it. You got to risk it sometimes. Here, almost had the 550 crack. Maybe now, nope. So this could be a part. This could be that level too, where it just catches and rips back up to the highs. I don't know. The later we get in the pattern, the more and more a pullback is likely. 550, 553. Okay, 550 crack. Interesting. No, I want to see, does it just reclaim super quickly? We reclaim VWAP. That would make me, hesitant to stay in and keep playing. Hold on. No, that's a nice crack. NKTX, I know it's probably the wrong thing to do, but I just took it off right here because I want to focus on one thing, and that's the video. So now I'll be patient. Okay, now the video is getting weak. This could be the day here. Coming down, looks like we want to crack lows. Added just a little bit into the weakness. I know that's a bad thing to do, but I just wanted to be there just in case we stay weak, remain weak, and don't really bounce, because sometimes that happens. I notice that on the front side when I'm losing and it keeps going against me, I start saying, when the actual day comes, I go, oh, I should be patient. I should wait for bounces. And then when the actual day's here, like this could be the day here, that's when it just stays weak. And I pray for a bounce. And when I start praying for a bounce, it never bounces. So yeah, that's that. NKTX there. Maybe it was the wrong decision to sell, but sometimes it's opportunity cost. You have a certain bandwidth that you could trade with. I know many traders that could trade a ton of tickers at once. I'm not very good at that. I would rather just focus on one, to tell you the truth, that I think is the best. And I think NVIDIA is the best. It could have the biggest pull. I mean, this could be back down the 530s by later today, tomorrow, in the week. Hopefully we get a panic that could potentially be a dip buy as well. But I don't have a big position. Only 150 shares short from, let's go. I think that average would be, because I'm short a little bit in E-Trade and really small. 50 shares in E-Trade and 100 shares in Cobra from 548 and 551-ish. So let's call it a 550 average, 150 shares. So 1, 2, 3. So my risk is just only about $500 right now, which is not much. So now into bounces, I will be looking to add, but I'm going to be patient in the bounces, because this could have been a fake out. We cracked the lows and we ripped back up towards the highs today. I don't know. Nobody knows. I'm just going to make sure, like I said, to keep my risk just around $1,000 total on the day. If I lose, oh well. If I win, cool. It's all about managing risk. Some people believe they're traders. I believe I'm a risk manager. I believe anyone could trade a pattern and figure that out. What separates people who do this profitably and people who do not is managing risk, but above all else, managing emotions. So minute by minute, tick by tick, you have to be able to see the big picture, which is why I have minute charts and then the big picture daily charts below. But what's the big picture here? Do I want to be covering for a few $100? No, I'm looking for a bigger type of idea. It could keep going lower here, but thinking about adding, but it's only been like a minute, so I won't. But this might be one of those scenarios where I'm waiting for that bounce that never comes. But we'll see. I got to remember too, everyone right now is thinking short NVIDIA, so that could lead to further bouncing before it ends up dying. I don't know. But there we see NKTX. I was wrong to sell, but just had to do what I thought was right for me. All right. I did just add to NVIDIA. I just don't, the SPY's pulling. I don't know if it's going to stay, I don't know if it's just going to pull and completely collapse. So now I have about, let's see, I actually have let's see, to get a weighted average, I have 200 shares from, I think it was 550, 550.73, 550.73, and then I have 200 share, no, 100 and 100. Then I have 100 shares from 547.74, 547.74, boom. So I have 200 shares from a 549 average. Not bad at all. If I'm using 553.46 as my risk, I have 200 shares. I'm risking $844 right now on this position, which is at this point a good risk. This is a point too where I do not want to be adding. I do not want to be scaling in anymore into this weakness. I would rather wait for a true bounce now. And if I don't get it, I miss it. Oh well. And hopefully we have that $20 a share pull day and we're down in the 530s later. I'm going to be patient. This is also a potential swing. I might sell a piece, hold a piece. I'm not sure. I, adjust charts dynamically as I get more information. Each new minute, is a new piece of information for me. So I try to just piece the information together, stick to a solid risk level, which I would at this point I would use, not high of day, but 553, because if it breaks that, I would say there's a 99.99% chance we're going to break 553.46 high of day. So, just save me a few cents if that happens, a few bucks. And, I don't want to be putting my stop exactly where everyone else is putting there. So, 552.97, I might put mine. And that's that. The next big key would be if this were to go red on the day. Can it? Absolutely, sure. The SPY's week, there's nothing I could do at this point. I just sit here and I wait. I wait. I executed well, I would say, entering at a good level up there. The 551s, the first entries. I don't love adding down all the way at 547 and 548, but honestly, when a play is this good on the daily chart, when we have it's like the leader of the AI sector really running and going parabolic relative to recent price action, I want to be there for. These are the trades I want to be there for now. It sucks when I'm there for it too early on the front side, like an idiot, and lose when I'm not supposed to be trading it yesterday, considering the chart wasn't quite there yet. But days like today, after, 1, 2, 3 strong volatile up days and a big breakout, it just relative the volatility relative to recent price action is just too good to pass up on, because it can collapse $20. It could be down, $30 by tomorrow or next week, something like that. But now I would say right here, there's probably going to, I don't think we're going straight down. There's going to be a bounce. I'm actually going to, let's throw in stops. So I'm going to throw in stops at 552.97. Putting the cover stop on quote, so a market stop. And then I will do the same thing in Cobra, buy to cover, market, 552.97. Okay, market stop, enter. I have my stops in, and that's it. There's nothing for me to do now. I've entered my trades in the morning. NKTX, I guess it's good that I sold. Let's just, check back in on NEXI, see what's going on. All right, well, it held up. I don't know. I leave it alone. Not my thing anymore. So now I'll sit here with NVDA, and yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll recap later if I did any ads or this or that. I'll write something or maybe do another video. But that was my morning trading. I stuck to my plans. I stuck to my process, and I stuck to being accountable. Well, I would scroll these over, but it would show my brokerage number. And I don't know how to change that right now, so I'll just show profit, loss, whatever, all later. And yeah, that's that.